WIP Afternoon Show with Ike, Spike, and Fritz joining us every Tuesday at 4 o'clock. Jordan Mailata. Jordan's Call brought to you by Colonial Hyundai. Shop online 24/7, colonialhyundai.com. Colonial Hyundai, the faster, easier, better way to buy a Hyundai. Jordan, thanks for joining us today.
Hey guys, how you guys doing?
What's up, big man? How you feeling?
A little sore, a little tender.
So yeah, listen, I don't know what the exact extent of your injury is.
Right.
I wouldn't ask you to disclose it, but is there? Are you looking at a long time being away, or you're trying to get back here as soon as possible?
Man, you know I'm always gonna want to come back as fast as I can and as soon as possible. Mm-hmm. What I can say is, it's a hammy injury and gonna miss a couple games, and yeah. It's really my first hamstring injury. I don't really know. I'm just trusting, the team right now and whatever the direction that we go forward with.
Well, let me just say this: it speaks to you. It speaks to your athleticism. I mean, big men don't usually get hamstring injuries, man. I'm just saying, for you to have a hamstring injury, that shows how athletic you are.
Mate, you saw me moving on that blocked field goal. You saw me moving now, 83 miles per hour. I was moving.
Well, one more question to that. So I have, I had hip surgery a year ago, and when I'm trying to get around the house, I'm 150 pounds. My wife can help me. You are a big person, man. So who is helping you around the house when you're having trouble walking?
The walking's gotten a lot better.
Okay.
I'll say that.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but my wife is helping me with my pacing.
Okay.
Not taking too big of a step, taking my time, getting around.
I was going to say, yeah, she got to be strong, man. You got to lift some weights.
She's strong, man.
Yeah.
She's strong.
So, well, good luck, and the team is not the same without you out there. So we're wishing you the best.
Speedy recovery, brother.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
So, I don't know if you've heard, but there has been a lot of conversation around your head coach over the last couple of days. Could you give some context from your perspective on Nick? Also, I guess, sort of the stuff that went on publicly on Sunday.
That's Nick. We asked Nick to be himself. Whatever that looked like, and. Yeah, that stuff on Sunday, that's just him. But I love his passion. I love his fire. We get motivated by that. We just wanted him to be himself because he preaches to us to be ourselves. And, we just wanted it to be a two-way street. And so, that's what that was. He's always going to be he's always been like that. He's like that at training. He's like that in the meetings. He's animated. He's an animated coach. And, I saw he apologized for his actions, and, it's not a good look, when he came out and said it. But, we're comfortable, and we know that's just him.
The irony about the criticism of Nick is that he is probably more like Philadelphia fans than any coach that has ever coached here. So I think sometimes we see ourselves in him, Yeah.
Man, he means well. That's the thing. He means well. And like you just said, I think he's more Philadelphian than people expect him to be. He's embraced the city. He's embraced the fan base. Man, I love the guy, man. So I know it's I know, some fans and some of the guys in the media don't like it, but man, that's just him, and we got his back.
Let me ask you this: when I heard Brandon talk about kind of reiterating that to Coach Sirianni about just be yourself, want you to be the 2022 Nick Sirianni, the coach that he was then. Jalen mentioned that in this press conference, and you just mentioned that. I wonder, do you think was it noticeable that he hadn't been sort of himself like you had? I mean, you've been with him since he got here as a coach. Did it seem like that was the case prior to, I guess, the bye week and going into the bye week? Did it feel like he hadn't really been himself on the sidelines, or I guess behind the scenes with you guys?
Yeah, I would say that. I think that's a fair assessment on my bit, through my lens.
Okay.
He hadn't been himself. He was the juice wasn't he was bringing juice, but it just didn't feel the same, and so that's why we had that conversation. Mm-hmm. We need him to just be him, just be free. Now, we can't control how Nick does it.
Right.
But,
right.
That's up to him. But again, we understand whatever he does, that's him. That's him being him, and we love that.
Jordan, from on to football, the offense has had trouble getting off to good starts. It's been very public that you guys haven't scored in the first quarter, and then even when it does get going, I guess the best way to describe it is it doesn't seem like when we're watching there is a consistent rhythm to you guys moving the ball. So is there something that you think is causing both of those things? A, the slow starts, and then B, that rhythm that I'm talking about.
I mean, the slow starts, every game is different. Every situation is different, and we look back at the slow start from the last game. We snapped the ball. Cam snaps the ball above Jalen's head. And that's just something that we can control. Now it's all about, are we controlling the things we can control and executing? And I've come on here and I've said, I might sound like a broken record player, but it's the truth. The execution is key to the starts, and we just aren't executing on the first drive, and that's why we see first, second, third drives. They're not, we're not moving the ball efficiently, and then we get going. Now, this game was a little different from the Cleveland defensive perspective, because we knew that they also have Deuce Staley, Coach Roy Eastervan, who had been with us since 2019. He was our assistant offensive line coach, and they knew how to stop the run game, to stop pass protections, out calls, and so we're kind of going in there trying to figure out what they knew the first couple drives, and I think that kind of helped us, start building efficient drives together later in the game.
Mm-hmm. These guys certainly started moving the ball there, and the thing I guess that I noticed and was somewhat impressed with was that even though you weren't having that success on those early drives, it didn't seem like it took you guys out of what you wanted to do in the game. You stuck with the run, and if it meant you were getting 3 yards here, 4 yards there, you didn't abandon the run. You stuck with it. So I think that says something when you got an idea of what you want to do going into a game. And even though it may not be successful early, believing in that and sticking with it, I think it started opening the offense up for you to move the ball right before the half, that second quarter, and a little bit in that third quarter.
Yeah, I agree. We look back at the game, we did some great things. And Kellen did a great job at play calling and, again, like you said, sticking with the runs, whether it be a 3-yard gain, 2-yard gain, 4-yard gain. We stuck with it, and, that helped open up the passing game. And, again, these are just things, building blocks that we can build off of this win. Just look back at all the good stuff that we did. Because we did a ton of good things, man, from an offensive perspective. So, and Jalen played a heck of a game, and he did some amazing checks at the line, during the game in different situations, and he really took control of the game.
Jordan Mailata with us, who's with us every Tuesday at 4. Jordan, so Fred Johnson first fills in for Lane when Lane goes out, and now he's going to play for you. Can you explain how difficult it is to be able to play both tackle spots within the same season, and how different playing left versus right tackle is?
I'll tell you what, it's super hard playing both. Being a swing tackle, I think just from a body mechanic perspective, it's really hard. I've used that analogy of, it's like wiping your behind with your non-dominant hand.
I'm really good at that, actually.
Yeah. Right? I don't believe that. I don't believe that one bit. But the beauty about Fred filling in at left tackle is he is a left tackle by nature. He prefers the left side.
Okay.
But he's such a great teammate that, he understands his role. And his role is that backup swing tackle, so he will gladly fill in at right tackle because he wants to play. He wants to play football, and I'm excited for Fred to get this opportunity to showcase, that he is a dominant tackle in this league. Mm-hmm. So Fred's going to be just fine at left tackle. He is a left tackle by nature, and I'm excited for him.
One final one for me, Jordan. As a player yourself, and I guess I would have to ask you to speak for your teammates as best you could in this situation. How do you block out all the stuff that's on the outside and sort of try to focus on that singular goal of you get better each week, you try to stack wins, but you got to sort of remain in that 1 week at a time. It's difficult to look ahead and worry about what's down the road. How do you guys sort of stay locked in and focused on that? You just won a game. You want to build off of that going into next week. How do you not allow the outside noise to become a distraction for you all?
Well, one, we understand the goal, and two, we continue to be present. And what that is, it's just being in the moment. When you're in the building, be in the building. If you're in a meeting, be in the meeting. Understand the game plan for that week. And I think we truly came back from that bye week, and we understood, that's what the goal is. Be hungry, be humble, is what Coach keeps saying. And so the whole be hungry, be humble, you also have to be present. You don't just be a body in the room. And I think all the guys understood that coming into last week's game, and that's something that we're building off now. So that's just how we block out the noise, man. You got to realize that everyone's entitled to an opinion. But would you take advice off that person? Are they in this room right now with you? Are they experiencing what you're experiencing? Have they gone through the trials and tribulations that you've gone through to play the sport or to play the next snap? And so, my advice to the guys is just be present.
Well, Jordan,
just be present.
Well, Jordan, we hope you get better soon, and good luck with that whole wiping thing. Sounds like you're having problems there. if you,
I ain't wiping with my non-dominant hand no more, boys.
Yeah. If you need a YouTube video instructions, you just let us know. We'll hook you up. All right, Jordan. Thank you, man.
Appreciate it, brother.
There he is, Jordan Mailata. But it was actually right before the interview. I'm like, who the hell is helping him? He's 8 feet tall, 350 pounds. Hey,
man, that's where the wife comes in, man. That's unconditional love.